So before I go lift a little something, I wanted to give y'all an update. First of all, when I type something, it's in this tone. So when you read it, if you read it like, that's how you feel. When I'm typing, I type this way. I don't get emotionally riled up over things, especially when I've read myself up pretty well and I've done thorough research on something. There's really no reason to get riled up. People love it when you're not well read on things, and then that's when they just start pulling stuff out of their ass, and they know they can keep you going. Kind of like people do us with religion. Like Christians do that quite a bit with religion, when you could easily debunk 90% of the stuff they say, but they use that rhetoric sometimes that'll just get you so riled up. And I used to do that. I used to get so riled up, I'd be crying, and I learned to, stick to the facts. Emotion has no place when you're discussing factual information, when there's always a place where you can find the truth. And coming from someone who's trans, that, where there's a lot of mistruth passed around about us and mis and disinformation. And same thing being black, because I'm black first. It always surprises me that we don't look for the truth more often. So anyway, the new bill that is being talked about, it was immediately going to be introduced. It's a bill that's stopping administrators and school systems from having any kind of influence over a child transitioning at a young age in school. They're trying to make it much harder to access hormones under the age of 18. I'm not going to give you my opinion on it because that doesn't matter. What I'm telling you is for the purpose of trying to ease your mind a little bit. That's the point of me typing on your post, is to ease your mind a little bit. It's not to try and make you feel any kind of way. It's just I would rather, like I used to sit around and do that. That's how, a lot of us, more than 50% of trans folks suffer from either autism, ADHD. A lot of us, closer to 90, CPTSD, complex PTSD. And complex PTSD comes from a multitude of things, all of them attacking you at once. So scenarios will send you into a rabbit hole of swirling. And you've done it before, I'm sure. I used to do it, where you would sit and create scenarios where it was either after the situation happened, you would go through what you should have did and then end up going down the rabbit hole, or before a situation happens, it causes you to avoid something you need to take care of because you've already made it up in your mind. Same thing could happen here, and it's not going to do you, your body, or your transition any good. You know what I'm saying? Life is supposed to be joyous for you. And unless you have seen with your own two eyes your state say, we are going to take away your hormones on this day, because hormones are not federally regulated, they're state. You also have to remember that there are a lot of cis men that are on TRT right now. So hormone regulation, it's a whole different ballgame. Besides the fact that Viagra also falls under HRT. So, think about those things before you start running off the rails. If you do have to inconvenience yourself, so what? Inconvenience yourself. Go somewhere else. Order from somewhere. I mean, you all have access on these apps to people that work in these industries. And they're not saying anything because of the spiral, but I mean, I can't help myself. I lead with my heart. I can't help it. And I'm sure, there are quite a few people that are upset with me, and I don't care, okay? So I want y'all to know that. And I don't want you to let me have space in your head rent-free either. If you're in my head, you paying for it in some way. Unless, I've told you otherwise. So don't allow me to have that space in your head rent-free either, please. Because I don't want to be there. Because whoever's in your head is probably not me anyway, because you don't know me. Just like I don't know y'all. Other than knowing that we all take the same medication, and that does not mean we have to feel the same way. That's the freedom of choice. Remember, you have the choice to be you. Love y'all, man. Take care of your head. Take care of your head, take care of your heart. And death before detransition. Y'all are not bold enough to do that. I'm gonna tell you like my daddy used to tell me when I would try to pull that shit. I'd be like, I'm gonna kill myself. He'd be like, okay, well, don't talk about it, be about it. He'd say, when I find you with a note, then I'm gonna feel terrible. fucked up. I know. Gen X.